What's up, family? Welcome to Speak. I could not be more excited about today's show. In case you've missed it, Tom Brady had an ugly loss to the Steelers, and the Steelers played a backup quarterback. Oh, Tom Brady was trying to get his guys fired up, but Tom, you went to a wedding on Friday. And Aaron Rodgers, oh, it's bad when you lose to the Jets at home. One of the worst losses we've seen at Lambeau. Lamar Jackson, speaking of losing, he's losing some money because he's losing some games. $250 million bag he might be fumbling. That's Dave Hellman, NFL Insider. That's Joy Taylor. And this is LaShawn, 252 Live. McCoy. Shady, you was at the game last night. Cowboys, Eagles. How was it, big dog? How was it?
Oh, it was great. Oh, you had to beat her. Only thing was missing was Kevin Hart and Will Smith. It was a great Patti LaBelle.
Maybe the next. Anyway, the game was great. Shady was there. I watched it from the crib. And Jalen Hurts did what Jalen Hurts does, keeping the Eagles undefeated. It was a firework type of performance. Eagles proved that they are clearly, and I mean clearly, the best team in the NFC. Not just by record, but also by style of play.
6-17.
But on the flip side, y'all, if you missed it earlier in the day, Josh Allen bested Patrick Mahomes at Arrowhead. Remember, Patrick Mahomes was an underdog for the first time in his NFL career at home because of this man. And Josh Allen said, it's not just hype, baby. I am like that. The Bills proving they are clearly the best team in the AFC. So you got the best team in the NFC, the Eagles. The best team in the AFC, the Bills. But the real question is, who in the world is the best team in the NFL? That is what I have to figure out. Shady, you was at the game last night. I'm coming to you live and in action. Best team in the NFL, Bills or the Eagles? They both played great yesterday.
Jinx. When I seen that the Bills beat the Chiefs, I knew you would have this question. I said, if the Eagles win and the Bills win, the first question on the show is going to be, Shady, who's the best team? And it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Did you see us?
I seen it.
Did you see us flying? Flying high. I'll say this. I think the Bills are the real deal also. Most people pick them to go to the Super Bowl. They're the favorite. Josh Allen's the favorite to win the MVP. But when I watch the Eagles all together collectively, we're the best. From defense, from offense, from positions up front, in the back end, we have it all. We fight hard. Every time, I watch other games, and a lot of teams, they don't finish. I watch the Ravens, right? The Ravens is a good team.
Yeah.
They beat all these top teams, and then the last quarter, they lose it. Mm-hmm. The Eagles, when Dallas came back, storming back, everybody was nervous. What are we going to do? Don't be nervous. Don't panic. We're going to answer. What we did, we put the game away. Got first downs, got a touchdown, and then shut it out. So I'll say this, Philadelphia Eagles, we the real deal.
What was the most impressive thing, because you were there live in the flesh, what was the most impressive thing about the Eagles' performance last night?
What really was impressive to me is how we played complementary football, right? So, for example, offense. Not just moving the ball, getting down there, but it's getting touchdowns. I think the biggest thing in this league is guys, or not guys, but offenses are getting down there and guys are not finishing.
Yep.
They're not scoring. They're getting 3 points. Not the Philadelphia Eagles. When we got to get a first down, we run the ball, we get it. We need to stop. If it's a turnover or just stop them in general, we're doing it. We're playing on both sides of the field very, very well together.
Dave, coming to you. Bills dominated their game. Eagles dominated their game.
Why are you smiling like that? Y'all lost.
Bills best.
Dominated?
Dominated
is what they did for a quarter. That's gonna be my answer, by the way.
Okay.
If the Eagles played all 4 quarters the way they played in the second quarter and the way they have played in the second quarter, they would be the best team in the NFL.
What?
There's 3 other quarters in these games.
Sure.
I mean, look, the Eagles won. They are the only undefeated team in the league. Kudos to them. Jalen Hurts, it looks different, right? Game on the line, Cowboys cut the lead to 20-17. They go on the march. 13 plays to score a touchdown and put the game away, basically. They ran the ball 11 straight times. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but it's interesting the way they find ways to win. And my main point is that, dominated? I don't know, Shady. I don't know about dominated, but I do know this. I know what the Buffalo Bills have done, which is dominate the Super Bowl champs, dominate Tennessee in a way that you never see in the NFL, 41-7. And then they've got road wins against 2 MVPs, Lamar Jackson and now Patrick Mahomes. They got 2 interceptions out of Patrick Mahomes yesterday, held him to 20 points, beat him at Arrowhead. Buffalo Bills are the best, most complete team in the NFL right now, and I don't think it's that close, even though the Eagles are undefeated.
Are they undefeated?
I don't think it's that close.
How many undefeated teams
If we're talking these 2 teams, I don't think it's that close.
Joey, how many left? Is there 1 or 2? Is the Bills undefeated?
The Bills have lost the game.
I have the Eagles.
No.
Joy, best team in the league.
I also think it's splitting hairs here. It's not a diss to the Bills, but the Eagles are undefeated. And we have talked incessantly about how amazing this Dallas Cowboys defense is.
It's true.
They have stars everywhere. They're flying around. They're taking the ball away. What's Jalen Hurts going to do against this Dallas defense? And look, it's not a knock on the Dallas defense. They are what we say they are. They are different. But that gives more credence to what Jalen Hurts and the Eagles did yesterday.
Right.
I don't care if they run the ball 11 straight times. Beat them how you beat them. If it's working, why you got to remix it? Sure. This is the formula. It's working. No need to change it up. And for that matter, Jalen is still throwing the ball well this year. He's 6th in passer rating, 7th in passing yards. He's in the top 10 in the league in those categories, amongst quarterbacks that we consider not to be dual threat quarterbacks. So what I saw from the Eagles last night was a win that should have very easily answered this question. Yes, the Bills were amazing yesterday, but the question with the Eagles was, are they going to be able to beat a good team? Cooper Rush, could he replace Dak Prescott? Well, we saw what happened with the Eagles defense yesterday. When things start to go off script, what happens with him? You kind of got your answer there. So to me, this was the win that should have put the Eagles at the top of the league without question, and to me it did.
It put the Eagles at the top of the NFC without question. Jalen Hurts.
I said the league.
I heard what you said. I heard what I said.
I agree with that for the record. Best team in the NFC.
Yeah,
Definitely.
no question.
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Here's what stuck out to me most, 2-5.
Okay.
Cowboys marched down the field, about a 6-minute drive, score a touchdown. It's 17-20.
Right.
What in the world are the Eagles going to do to respond?
That's right.
Dave Hellman sends a text to the group chat. Jalen Hurts, time for you to answer the questions. Jalen Hurts did.
He did.
Eagles win. Same exact situation happened with former NFL MVP Lamar Jackson. New York Giants march down the field 20-17.
Right.
Giants have 17. The Ravens have 20. Lamar Jackson, same exact situation as Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
You're up by 3. You got the ball. Time for you to go win it. Time for you to go seal it. Lamar Jackson interception. Giants win. Yeah. So we saw parallel situations by quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts did something that even Lamar Jackson didn't do. However, Bills best team in the NFL.
They are.
Bills best team. I understand you were at the game. My dog had a fresh picture getting out the whip, had the black Jordan suit on. You look good. So I will give you grace for not fully being able to invest in the Bills game like your boy had to. I will give you grace for that. Bills best team in the NFL. And to me, the Bills have the most impressive record in the NFL, and they got 1 loss. I said what I said. The Bills went to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. The Eagles did what they did, but they did do it at home against the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. A win on the road in Arrowhead against the Chiefs is more impressive than a win at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
I'll give you that.
The Buffalo Bills do have 1 loss. They absolutely do. I am not going to deny that. That 1 loss to the Miami Dolphins while the Miami Dolphins were rolling, and you lost by 2 and you missed a 38-yard field goal. I get it. You still missed a field goal.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to condemn the Bills by a 38-yard field goal based on what I've seen from their body of work. Dave Hellman already talked about all the marvelous things the Bills have done. You've played for both teams.
Yeah.
So is your bias speaking a little bit when you talk about these?
No, that's not even that. But if I ask you this question.
Talk to me.
Who has, playing right now, not injured, not coming back, right now, who has a better roster?
Actually, I agree with you. I think, the Eagles...
You should agree with me.
The Eagles from top
right.
to bottom have a better roster.
Okay, so do you agree with that?
Yes, but the Bills have a better quarterback.
You said yes.
You're right.
You said
I
yes.
apologize.
You
I apologize.
You skipped ahead.
I apologize.
Joy, who has a better roster? You think?
The Eagles have the better roster.
So when I look at the roster,
yes, sir.
they have a better roster,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Now I will say this: you guys have, or not you guys, but because you're going with them, but the Bills have a better quarterback.
Yes, sir.
But it's not always about just the quarterback; it's the team too. When I look at our team, when you look at the pass rushers, you're going to say Von Miller, right? When you look at our defense, when Dallas started running the ball more and they started having some success, Jordan was not in the game. Jordan Davis, he wasn't in the game.
Not at all.
When they put him in the game, it's a whole nother level. They can't move the ball at all. So now we got the guy to stop the run game, right? Him and Fletcher Cox. Then when we need turnovers, we have 2 solid cornerbacks.
Above solid.
Where are you throwing the ball at? Where are you throwing the ball at?
Yeah.
Where are you going to throw the ball at? Bradbury's shutting it down. And then Slay, he might be deepest MVP right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, where are you going to throw the ball at? Where are you going to go? When I look at the Bills, they have a solid team, and they're coached very, very well. Sean McDermott is one of the best coaches, especially defensively. But my thing is, what else is it? If Josh Allen's not hot and doing this thing, and needs defense to make plays, it's like, where's it going to come from?
But Josh Allen is hot and doing this thing every time he takes
the difference is, when I look at the Eagles, if Jalen Hurts is not playing great, we still have a chance to win. If the Bills don't have, if Josh Allen's not playing great, the Bills don't have a chance to win.
That's a great point. Joy, what do you think the biggest difference is between those two teams? Clearly, like you said, we're splitting hairs. What is the hair that you're splitting? Like, what is that one follicle where you're like, oh, this is why I'm going Eagles? Like, what do you think the biggest difference is right now?
I mean, it's going to sound simple, but the Eagles are undefeated here. Like, we have a win-loss column for a reason. And you can say, like, I can agree with you that the win was more impressive in Arrowhead for the Bills than it was over the Cowboys. But Jalen Hurts plays against the Cowboys defense, which to me is the best defense in the league. And they're causing problems for everybody. So for Jalen Hurts to continue to answer every single week, yes, we know Josh Allen is better than Jalen Hurts. Okay, we can all agree on that. But it's not like the margin is so different that if we're measuring these two teams, it's like, well, they're all the same, except quarterback is like, yes, Josh Allen is better. I'm not saying that. But they're not losing in spite of Jalen Hurts. They are in many ways, or winning, I'm sorry. They're in many ways winning because of Jalen Hurts. So to me, that they're very even and they're undefeated. This is what it is. They're not playing against college teams.
Dave and I had this conversation walking towards the makeup room earlier because I'm finally going to contest. We've been a little sleepy on this Bills defense, just a little bit, Shady. Going into the game, we were like the Niners defense, the Cowboys defense, the Bills defense. Niners defense hadn't allowed more than 20 points in a ball game. Falcons, 28. It was not pretty. Cowboys defense had not allowed more than 20 points in a ball game.
Yeah, they have a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries, of course. But it's ball. Everybody got injuries.
Okay.
Cowboys go out there. Eagles put up 26 on the Cowboys. I think about this Bills defense. Number 1 in points. Number 2 in yards. Number 5 in takeaways. You held the Chiefs to 20. The only other team that got over 20 on you was the Miami Dolphins when the Miami Dolphins was in they bag. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa. And you held the Dolphins to 21. If the Bills defense is as good, if not better, than any defense in the league, and Josh Allen is as good, if not better, than any quarterback in the league, that's where I don't care about the rosters. Give me the Bills defense, give me Josh Allen, and I am not really going to care about who else you're putting up against them. Josh Allen with the game on the line, they ran a QB sweep. A QB sweep with the game on the line, 2-5. Yeah. Not only can Josh Allen do it with his arm, they ran a QB sweep, and he had the longest rush of the day.
Yeah.
3 minutes left.
Hurdle to safety.
You down. Yeah. Hurdle to safety. The longest rush of the day. You run a QB sweep with your quarterback who's like leading the league in passing.
Yeah, that jump was ridiculous.
It's crazy.
He does that.
6'5", 240.
He a beast. I love
that.
Josh.
To me is the difference between the Bills and the Eagles. There really is no difference, but that man, that play, that talent, that's the only difference.
I thought about this when I heard this was going to be, which, Shady, you're so right. I knew this was going to be the topic. Is there even a contender for an MVP if Josh Allen stays healthy? I mean, like, look at the numbers. Look at
Not
what they've
now.
done.
Yeah. Only Mahomes. It could only be
Mahomes, who he just beat and outplayed.
Yes, sir.
And it's a long season. I get it. There's still a lot of time to play. Of course. But six games, that resume
this is what I do
tough
know, right?
to
Yeah,
beat.
he's going to get the MVP because Josh is a bad
The baddest.
I'll say this, though. One thing about the Eagles, when we got to put a team away, we put them away.
That's true.
When we was in Arizona on the road,
that's true.
We ran the ball, we put them away.
That's true.
When Dallas started storming back, we put them away. We ran that ball.
That was a big boy drive.
The only thing is this. When we get to the playoffs, they don't really run the ball that well. The Bills. They don't really run the ball.
Not at all.
You got to run the ball when it matters most in the playoffs. And that's what we do best.
Now, they did have 128 on the ground yesterday. I will give them their credit for what they did yesterday. But in totality, you were exactly right, sir. Well, going from some of the best performances of the day yesterday to some of the worst performances, and even some of the greatest quarterbacks. Tom Brady lost to the Steelers on a